it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. So Andy has gotten in the festive mood. I just let him do his thing when he wants to decorate for Christmas. So we had time today, and that's what we've been working on, getting some things reorganized. So I got room for the Christmas tree, so on and so forth.
That's the star that we put on our chimney.
Yep.
We're going to try to get it back on the chimney.
He's going to try to hang this. One year we hung our star here on the other side on the front of the house around our chimney. We're going to see if he can hang on enough to do it again this year. We'll see. It's been a few years since we did that. And y'all be sure to stick around. We're going to show you how to make your own Christmas decorations.
And all that is pieces of wood and Christmas lights.
That's right.
Let's try it.
You slipping?
You were?
I hope this drop core's still good. It's been up here for years.
Is the drop cord still up there? I can hang that one.
There you go.
So yeah.
Do you have barely enough?
This may take a while to go all the way around the house. The rate I'm going.
Whoa, Dad, you just took the whole lot.
Megan says I'm Clark Griswold. Just putting up lights. You don't realize how dirty the eaves of your house are till you go to putting up Christmas lights. Now I realize our house needs to be washed bad. Aw, broke it.
You're probably gonna break like 10 going around this whole house.
Probably.
For some reason, I feel like I was home these last.
All right, Jacob, come on in here. Hold them so they don't unroll. Go that way.
Which way?
That way.
Right. Whoa.
Here we're gonna have too many. Look at the cobwebs.
So what are we gonna do with these extra lights?
I don't know. Well, we got up all the lights around the eve of the house. We've still got plenty more lights to put up, but right now I'm gonna stop from putting up lights and make another Christmas star like we just hung on the chimney. So a lot of people around here refer to these as tobacco stick stars. I mean, you see them everywhere. They don't have to be made out of tobacco sticks, but these are tobacco sticks, and this is what we have, and we have an abundance of these things. So we're going to make us another one to hang down here on this little building. And we're just going to show y'all how to make it because, you know, you can go to like a arts and crafts store and buy these things, or like local shows, or I mean just local stores and stuff. I've seen them in those. You can make your own really cheap, y'all. And it doesn't really take any skills at all to do this other than knowing how to screw a screw and spin lights around a stick. So if you don't have access to tobacco sticks, if you live in the Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina area, I would say you can probably do a Facebook search and find tobacco sticks and get all you want. Or you may know somebody local to you who has plenty of them. But in our area, like, everybody has hundreds, if not thousands, of these things laying around because so all this used to be was old tobacco farms. So, if you can't find tobacco sticks, though, you can go probably to an arts and crafts store, buy some sticks like this, or go to Lowe's and just buy a little 1 inch by 1 inch square, I don't know what you would even call it, the square wood And these are cut right at about 4.5 foot long. So I'm going to show you what we do. So start out with 2 of them. Screwing into small wood like this, and this is really dry wood. If I just screw the screw straight into it, there's a chance it'll bust it open. So if you take and drill a hole first, you're not going to do that. So we'll come over here and go roughly maybe 1.5 inches from the end. Just go all the way through. Then these screws here are 1 5/8 inch regular wood screws. You know, this will all depend on what size wood you end up having. You don't want them to go all the way through. So you can see that one's going to be right at going all the way through, but it's what we got, so it's what we're going to have here. And then just snug it up. So start out like that. You can see that'll be the first run of our star. So now we're going to get another stick and attach it down here. I always like to try to keep them alternating one another. So this one's going back behind this one. I don't really know how to explain this part of it, but we'll do the same thing again. Snug it up. Then we're going to come off of this one. And you see what I'm talking about, alternating them up. So now this one's going to go kind of on the top of all of them. And then we'll put one more joining one across here. So while I'm making this, I'm not really worried about if I've got the right angles on everything or not. Because where there's only one screw holding in each end, we'll be able to move them around. So all we're worried about right now is just putting the screws in. Now, that one tried to bust. All right. Then our last one, gonna go across here, like so. So on these next ones, we're going to bring these together. We have to get the star shape. So come in here real quick, Megan, and show the way we put this one together. Now they go together several different ways, but we're going to put a screw in here and a screw in here because these are the sticks that's touching. You could get technical and measure from one side to the other to make sure you've got it hanging out right, but we're not going to. And while we're at it, we might as well put one in there. All right. So when you go to set it up, you're going to figure out, especially using these tobacco sticks, that you know, like these two arms here, I guess, are longer than, they're different shapes. So it makes there'll be a bottom side to your star and a top side. So there's how ours is going to sit once we get the lights and everything on it. So you can actually just use this right here as a decoration just like that. I see plenty of people hang these around their house or whatever with no lights or anything on. You could go and take what's that stuff called? Garland?
Yeah.
The green
Yeah.
stuff. Take and wrap that around them and have them up as a Christmas decoration inside your house. But what we're going to do is wrap lights around it. From what we found so far, the little mini lights that have 100 bulbs in them, it takes right at 2 sets to go around this. And what I'm going to do is go like this and just follow the outside perimeter of the star. I don't want to cross none of these bars in here. I just want to do the outside perimeter, so when it's lit up at night, it looks like a real star. So, let's get these open.
And these, I think we found them on clearance at Tractor Supply after Christmas last year or something.
Yep. So we just have put brand new lights on the star that we've got hanging up on the chimney. And that's kind of what got me in the mood to make another one. Because the one that we got hanging on the chimney is actually starting to rot.
Oh, it's old.
It's old, yeah. We've had it for a while. But it's lasted a pretty good while. And the reason it's starting to rot is it hung on our chimney for 2 years without us taking it down, because it was such a pain to put up there that we just left it there. And so it rotted. Well, what happened was, I want to say it's been 2 years ago now, when I went to plug it in the next year, it didn't work. So I ended up getting up there and taking it down. And I've just now this year got around to putting new lights on it. Like Megan said, when y'all, the Christmas mood has to hit me. But when it hits me hard. So I'm going to start, this is our bottom corner of the way our star is going to sit. And I want my plug-in piece to be down here at the bottom corner, so you're not having a drop cord running up to the top or anything like that. And the first part out here, I'm just going to wrap it around and sort of tie it in a knot. Nothing fancy at all here. Now, if I were making these to sell them to somewhere, sell them at like a craft store or a local store or something, I would probably fasten this a little bit better, maybe with some zip ties or something. But for me, that's good enough. And we're just going to wrap. Try to keep the your wrapping is fairly tight. And like I said, that's what we found so far, is keeping these wrappings really close together. See how they're spaced maybe 1.5 to 2 inches apart. And just keep them close together, and you'll end up taking right at 2 bundles of these little lights here. Christmas time, people can get carried away spending money on Christmas decorations. Christmas decorations have gotten outrageous. Trust me, we just left Home Depot because we wanted to upgrade our lights around the house to the LED lights, because we'd been using the really old school big bulbs, and those things got hot, and it was like every time we turned around we had a light burning out. And while you're putting them up, if you didn't do it just right, you'd bust one. And so we kind of felt they were a little bit on the dangerous side, so we decided to upgrade.
And they're really old.
Yeah, and they're lights from, we actually had those, I think me and you bought those when we first got married, didn't we?
So.
Actually before we got married, because we decorated a house, but we weren't living in it yet.
Yeah.
So they're probably 15 years old. And I don't know, we just got to the point that we didn't trust them anymore. And right when those lights when we bought those lights is when the LEDs were first starting to hit the market. And the only LED lights that were out there were those extremely bright things that like blinded you when you come down the road. And I just didn't like those lights, and neither did Megan. Like, we liked the old school look of lights, the old incandescent lights. But these new LED lights we bought here are made to look a lot like the old ones. So I'm pretty happy with those, and we decided we'd go ahead and update them. But back to my story. While we were there, we were looking at Christmas decorations too, of course. As you know, they've got the aisles full. My goodness, y'all. They are ridiculous. Some of those things you set out in your yard were what, like $250?
Yeah.
Just for Rudolph that lights up to sit in your yard. So doing something like this, you can get out pretty daggone cheap. And have a Christmas decoration that's going to last you a really good time, especially if you don't leave it on your chimney for 2 years. So you gotta, you know, sometimes think out of the box here. You know, if you can afford to go buy all those hot dog decorations, then do it, if that's what you want to do. I ain't got nothing against it at all. But if you can't afford it, or you simply just don't think you think it's about crazy to go spend that much on decorations, then there's other options out there. I've seen people making chicken ball or chicken wire lights. And that's where they ball up chicken wire and then wrap lights all up in that chicken wire. I've never made those, but I had one of my customers that I do some work for had made a bunch of them and had them hanging in her trees, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And she was like, yeah, I don't even hardly have any money in them. And these were some wealthy people. But still, even they were making their own Christmas decorations because it's very easy to do and you can save a ton of money. But just like always, y'all, I guess the whole point of this video is kind of show you what we're up to, but at the same time, show you that things don't have to be expensive. So now that I'm overlapping, I'm just going to spread them out really, really far so there's not a ton of lights strung up in the same spot here. I didn't overlap this many on the last one. It must, these sets must have been just a little bit longer.
It must have been.
So we get up here to the end here. I'm going to take the twisty tie that was holding the lights together, twist that together, and we're done.
What?
So let's see, it sits that way. Let's plug it in. Watch these lights not work now because we didn't test them before we put them on here. You can tell we're a little heavy on the lights down here, but that's all right.
It'll just be what it'll be.
That's right. We'll put it on the road side of this barn down here so everybody coming down the road can see it. But here's another cool idea. Now, we didn't make this. This I actually bought. But this ain't nothing but a pallet somebody cut up and turned into a tree. And they've got a tobacco stick on the back side of it to kick out for it to set on. And then they strung lights on it. They're just stapled on.
And it's really pretty when it's lit up.
Oh, it's beautiful when it's lit up. I bought that at a...
Let's go put them up.
We will. Bought that at a local store up the road here. I mean, it really wasn't that expensive at all, or else I wouldn't have bought it. So, but you know, there's so many different decorations that you can make with very little money and have lights everywhere. They look right. They need to be up higher.
I think it looks pretty.
You sure?
I mean, I won't be able to really tell unless I'm up at the road.
I think it needs to be raised up. Now I'm going to put a screw in it somewhere. Or you think that'll be good enough?
As long as it hangs there like the wind blows or something. But you probably won't hit it bad right there.
No, the wind don't ever blow on this side.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, we're going to do a quick walk around. Show y'all the Christmas lights. We haven't decided if we're finished yet or not. But we want to show y'all the star and everything. Andy did an awesome job. I'm going to go up this way and show y'all. We got Mickey out here. The kids love Mickey, so Mickey's out here. And we got us a little chicken. And that's the tree we showed y'all made out of the pallet. Pig. Our mailbox. You can see our star. Yep, Andy did an awesome job. And then here it is on top of the barn. I think this is my favorite.
I think so too. I like it a lot. It is beautiful when you come down the road and you, this is the first thing you see, and then back behind it is the house with all the lights on it. It really,
you can see our house in the corner over there.
it really sets everything off.
We're down here, if you don't know exactly where we're at, but this is at our goat barn where Lovey lives. So, anyways, guys, I know y'all can't see us because it's dark, but we appreciate y'all watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little something different.
Get out there and make you some decorations.
That's right. But anyways, guys.